Hi, I'm Harry, Sales Manager for buyyourcar.com.au, and today I'm here with Nova Breakfast radio host and Buy Your Car brand ambassador, Luttsy.
Hi Harry.
Mate, what was your first car?
Good to be here, Harry. My very first car was a car I sort of got from my uncle. No, he was my real uncle. I don't know why I did that. It was like an old Cortina, a cream Cortina. It had like, when the roof linings like droops and you got to sort of push it up so you can see. The first car I bought was a Falcon, which eventually, as the white Ford Falcon, which eventually we crushed on air. Which literally left me without a car. They gave me like $1,500 for it, and we crushed it. We got it one of those compressors, and we crushed it just up the road here at Newstead.
At least you got some money out of it.
$1,500, baby.
Mate, what car are you driving now?
Well, you gave it to me.
Yeah.
It's an Audi A3.
Very nice.
It's really nice. I really like Audis. I've driven in a lot of Audis over the years. I find them really easy to drive, very practical, nice. They feel nice, plenty of power. Yeah, I like an Audi. So I like.
Mate, how'd you get started in radio?
I'm a Northside Brisbane boy, so we sit in Pinkenbar now. I grew up in Aspley and Boondall, and I saw a newspaper story about the Pick and Pay hypermarket. They had this radio station in the middle of the shopping centre just for the shoppers. So like you'd give the specials and like you'd just play music.
Yeah.
And I started doing this sports show there, like every Monday morning from 8 to 8:30, just volunteer. And then I worked out that I could get in the press box at like Suncorp Stadium and at the cricket and everything. So I dodged up letters saying I was a sports editor and met all these real reporters and stuff and got a job at 4BC as a legit sports reporter. So just BS basically.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
When and how did you get the nickname Luttsy?
That came from school. I went to school here at Nudgee, again on the north side. And my brother was 3 years older than me, so he was Luttsy, I was little Luttsy. So when I was in grade 9, grade 10, all the kids knew me as little Luttsy. And then when I left school, I started eventually doing that 4BC stuff with a guy called Ash Bradnam, who I still work with till this very day at Nova. And he one day just sort of, even though I was at 4BC, it was David Luttrell. Eventually, I think I was at Triple M, and Ash started calling me Luttsy again on air, and that sort of stuck. And then, that's been there forevermore.
So what was your I've made it moment?
Well, it was more like a moment when I thought, okay, it was a career-changing moment when I went from being a sort of the straighty 180 sports guy to more the comedy-based stuff. All I had to do was sleep with Jason Ackermanis, the Brownlow medalist. I had this idea for a TV show that I was a fan of called The Fat on the ABC. And Acker was on the show that night. He said, I'm flying to Sydney to be on the show. And I said, stuff it. I grabbed the VHS tape with my pilot, an idea I had for that show, and just flew to Sydney with him. Literally slept in a king-size bed with him at the Grace Hotel in Sydney. And went to the producers, showed the producers. They didn't even laugh at it. They just looked at it like, okay. And then a week later they said, yeah, we loved it. So I went from being a fan of this show to on that show within a week, which was pretty bizarre. And that sort of changed the trajectory of my career to more of the comedy stuff with Ash as opposed to just being a straight sort of sports guy.
So far, what's your best celebrity story?
Probably the best bit of the job is the celebrities, all the cool people you get to meet, who are often celebrities. I was a massive U2 fan growing up, and I've got to meet and talk to Bono when he came out for a tour a few years ago, and it was the day before the Melbourne Cup, and I had some really cool question about, there was an Irish horse in the Melbourne Cup, and I sort of said much like yourself, this horse, this Irish horse has proven over the distance, and it's got a bit of mongrel in it, blah, blah, blah. And Bono sort of turned at me and he said, I'm going to do something for you now that I've never ever done on television or radio ever in my life. And I said, yeah, right. He goes, you ready for it? I went, yeah. And he sort of went like this, And I'm standing with Bono, and he's just done a horse knock.
If you could be on any reality TV show, what do you reckon it would be?
Definitely Billionaire Ginger. Or Ginger wants to be a billionaire.
I can see that.
Cool.
I can see
Are you even a ginger? I've never known over the years.
Strawberry blonde.
Strawberry blonde.
Yeah.
See, no one laughs at a strawberry blonde, so it's funnier if I say ginger.
I guess after everything's said and done, what do you want to be best remembered for?
It changes as it goes on. I guess to this part, I want to be seen as doing some funny stuff. But when we got awarded the 2032 Olympics, I started immediately doing a podcast called Toward the Games Brisbane 2032, and I've got a real passion for where Brisbane's heading the next 10 years with the Olympic Games, and I want to find my space, or my spot in that space.
Yeah.
I don't really know what it is yet, but I'm just sort of pushing that sort of way. I'm really excited about where we live and the fact that the Olympics is going to expedite a lot of excitement for Brisbane. So I don't know exactly what my legacy will be, but I hope it's somehow tied up in that, and hope I've got a few years entertaining people left in me yet as well.
Mate, along with that, what's something you've got, to look forward to, or something that's up and coming?
Well, I'm going to, I think I went to Tokyo last year for the Olympics, and along with, because I've always had a real love of athletics and track and field, and that sort of lit my passion for athletics and events. So I'm going in July to the Eugene, Oregon for the World Athletics Championships, which is a really amazing event that's held every 2 years. It's watching sport, but in a packed stadium, but it's also fun and, drinking and having fun and good food and everything like that. So I'm looking forward to getting involved in that and traveling more. I think out of COVID, I think we all sort of want to get out and about more. I love traveling, so I'm going to try and at least 2 times a year just get somewhere that I haven't been to for a while, see the world.
A few drinks, a few good times.
A few beverages, good people, good times.
Good stories.
Yeah.
All right, well, look, mate, thank you very much for coming in today.
Harry, absolute pleasure, brother. You're a good man.
Glad to have you on
And
board.
thanks to the team. You've got a great team here, mate. And I love the cars. I love the different ranges of cars you put me in, which I think is the key to this place. It's like I can come in and the same day drive out in this magnificent vehicle, and I love it. So thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Not a worry at all.